All right, it's chip of the day. We have a slotted optical switch with logic output from Motorola. This is a very old part. They certainly don't make this one anymore. And we have in fact, we have a whole half a tube of them here. We have the 75T2. So we have the T2. And yeah, we must have, I don't know, about 30 of them in this tube here. So it is an optical interrupter. That's what I call them. They call it here an optical switch, but you can use these for detecting some type of object that blocks the light. There's a LED on one side and a detector on the other side, and there's a slot that you can put things in between. And gallium arsenide LEDs, that shows you how old it is. And anyway, output voltages, blah, 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 blah. Now, the interesting thing about this part is that a lot of times these are just an LED on one side and a phototransistor on the other side, but this one actually has a gate, has a TTL level gate. So you actually put on 5 volts on the output, and then it has an open drain output or open collector output. And so you have to have a pull-up resistor to make it work correctly. So yeah, test circuit for threshold measurement. Okay, whatever. Now this is a pretty old LED, so you have to drive it pretty hard. I'm driving it at about 30 milliamps, and that seems to be fine. It says here 60 milliamps is the maximum, so I just kind of put it halfway in between here. Yeah, in the old days, LEDs did not have much brightness. What do we got here? Forward voltage 1.1. Reverse capable operating voltages. That's for the detector LED. They don't even really tell you how hard to hit the LED here. Threshold voltage supply. Output, VCC or load. Yeah, they don't tell you much about the LED, but they do tell you a lot about the output section. Anyway, so let's go ahead and put one in a circuit here. So I have the device here. I have 130 ohms driving the LED with 5 volts, and then I have a 1K pull-up resistor on the output pin, and 5 volts and ground on the other side here. All right. So let's take a look. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a metal ruler in the slot, and then we'll see if something happens on the oscilloscope over here. And there we go, goes up. So it's inverse logic. So when you put something in the slot, it goes high. Take something out of the slot, it goes low, 5 volts in ground. So that's working perfect. Yeah, the way that they make these is they have 2 devices, a piece of plastic, and then 2 devices that get shoved in this piece of plastic. And then they get spot welded in place. There's 2 little holes here, and you can see that they've kind of spot welded them or melted them or whatever you want to call it, heat stake them, whatever. They don't come out anymore. And so I've got, where is he? I've got one of these that we can take apart. I just need to find it. Where did I put it? All right. So I have belt sanded off the heat stake or whatever it is. And we can pull these little guys out. Oof, there we go. And so, zoom a little farther here. Yeah, so this is the detector. It's 3 legs, 5 volts ground and output. And then here's the LED. So yeah, let's put these under the microscope. Yeah, we can see here the LED. Looks pretty nice. And then the little detector has like a little bubble lens on him. And a little bit of circuitry, and there you go. Okay, that was a quick chip of the day, an MOC75T2. Yeah, from Motorola. Remember when Motorola are they still making semiconductors? I don't even know if they're still in business. They must be. They must be. I don't hear a lot about them lately, but I don't know.